Well, here we are again, folks. Welcome back to my little section of the YouTube arena. So we finally have some action to show you guys. We took Vader to the track for the first time last weekend, so this video is actually a week late. So the bigger picture there is that this was the first time that I've been in the car that it's been to the track in many years. And hopefully the lawnmower in the background isn't too loud. But anyways, we've got 4 passes to show you guys, and we went to the semifinals the first time out. So no better time than the present. Let's get started checking out the runs on the car, and I'm going to add a little explanation in front of each video. All right, so before we get started on that, check this out. I got the transmission sitting here. There she is in all her glory. Took it apart, checked it out, and there was less than nothing wrong with it. I checked all the clearances, everything. The clutches look perfect. The band, everything is still crystal clear. Looks like it was probably brand new and probably wasn't ever ran before. And if it was, it wasn't very much. The only thing that I replaced in it is the little nylon thrust washer that goes on the back side of the pump. It had a little bit of wear and was creating some extra in play that we didn't want, so we just changed it. So here's the first pass. This is going to be on Saturday afternoon last week. This is a test pass before our first test pass with the class. So okay, so this is the second full pass on the car with power since I started driving it. So what you're going to see here is this is a 490 index. So get as close to 490 as you can, and don't go faster. All right, it's time for the second pass. So on the first one, it went 495 and I had a 015 light. So here's the second pass. That's going to be 496 and a 030 light. Now, going into the third pass, pretty much the tune is unchanged, or I added a small amount of power. Without looking at the logs, I don't remember exactly. The correction on it was already, the fuel correction was already down in single digits, so there wasn't a whole lot to do to it. It was looking really good. So third pass, it goes, I think 495, so it's it went like a 495, a 496, and a 495. And at this point, we're starting to see some heat in the transmission. It's just not liking life a lot. And the first couple of passes, I got a faint hint of transmission fluid smell. So this is where the problems are starting to happen. Okay, going on to the fourth pass in the semifinal round. I'm running against a friend of ours in the Silver Malibu, and it was pretty awesome. It was a very close race. Like I didn't know who won. If it wasn't for the fact that we were running an 1/8 mile on a 1/4 mile track, then I probably wouldn't have known, because I could see the green light flash on his side long before he got to the scoreboard. So hats off to those guys, because they worked for this one. I went 006 on the tree. Transmission was a little bit too hot, and the converter was slipping worse than normal, at least what we know to this point being normal. And it slowed to a 502, but still went 148 point something miles per hour. So check that one out. All right, guys. Thanks everybody for stopping by and checking it out. That was a really quick rundown of those last 4 passes from last week. Car is solid in the 490s with a converter that's too loose and slipping on the top and getting the transmission hot. I think I misspoke in the order of the runs, but you get the idea. It's all there. 490s, 5.0s, pretty consistent, 26-ish, 27 pounds of boost. The little 310-inch motor is, I'm surprised. It runs good, and it runs really good. May not be able to share the times all the time for this thing, depending on what classes we get into and when we start changing things around on it. But for the first night out, I'm perfectly pleased with it, and we're gonna end up winning one before this is all said and done. Hopefully this year before the racing stops. Anyways, that's the end of the video. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for checking it out.